What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday, y'all. Welcome back to Boxom Office Hours. If you guys are watching on the replay live, every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, as well as Tuesday 4 p.m. and Monday 5 p.m. Eastern. Always happy to hop on here, answer y'all's questions about selling on Amazon. We got lots of good opportunities here. I know I've been saying that a lot recently, but with Q4 here, lots of good sourcing to do. So if you are ready to get after it, now's a great time to do so. And yeah, let me know what questions you guys have as we're popping on in here. So yeah, big focus right now for me is kind of getting the last little bit of very like seasonal FBA stuff off. I would say it's down to the last day or two in terms of making those FBA shipments, especially for things that you want to have in stock pretty much right at the last, during all of like the holiday rush. And then from here on out, a lot of you guys are going to be, optimizing things a lot with doing some FBM opportunities as well. Sweet. So yeah, let me know what questions you guys have as you're popping on in here. Personally, I've been selling Amazon for about 6 years now. It's my full-time income. I think I'm coming up on 7. Need to do the math still, but yeah. Let me know what questions you guys got. Let's see. Do you use virtual assistants? Yeah. So I definitely use virtual assistants in my business. It's a good way to just stop doing the work yourself after a while. The main thing is if you're like thinking about hiring, you want to do that eventually, just make sure that you know how to do the job of the person that you want to replace, basically. Just because you can end up wasting a bunch of money if you're spending money paying people to do work for you and they don't really like or you like don't know how to train them to do the job well. You can end up like spending a lot of worse not super useful money. But once you're at the point where you have plenty of money to spend and things are clicking, usually that's going to make sense for people. Usually like a few months into the business, you can definitely do that. I've hired a team to do pretty much run the whole business for me at this point, which is always nice. Sweet. Yeah, and I'm live all over the place. So whatever platform you guys are on, let me know what questions you have. I'm reading them. I think I'm live on like 6 platforms right now. There's like some new updates to this, so I'm excited to be live all over. And yeah, let me know what questions you guys have. Let's see. Do you have an LLC? Not anymore. Now I'm an S corporation. It's like tax advantage differently depending on your situation. But for a lot of people, an LLC will be the first thing that you'll do in terms of setting up your business for sure. You don't need one technically to get started on Amazon, but a lot of people will do so. Makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Fortunato. Let's see, when you find a product, let's see, when you find the product, how do you order the product with the manufacturer and where do you stock? Yeah, so I mean, I don't order tons through the manufacturer. I mean, kind of like a lot of the products I'll buy will be like directly from the brand's website. So for example, let's say you want to sell Carter's clothing. It's something like there's a lot of like holiday items in Carter's clothing. You can just buy it like directly from the website, and it'll just show you like on SellerAmp. It'll show you exactly how fast things sell. So I'll just buy what I expect to be, a month to 2 months worth of stock, and it's good to go from there. Let's see if an ungate has a dollar sign next to it. It's pretty much no. So sometimes when you ungate, you'll see like I know Jockey is like this. Some Jockey products, for some reason, the brand technically says $ Jockey on Amazon. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's just like brands can get randomly separated into 2 brands. It's kind of annoying, but you just apply the same way you did for like the regular one, basically, for sure. What does Boxom help with? Yeah, Gabe. So Boxom is how you list products. It's how you ship products. There's an AI within Boxom that you can use to source products for you, as well as answer any questions you have about Amazon. And you can also automate your feedback with Boxom. So it's pretty much everything that's not doing sourcing, you're in Boxom. Yeah, in terms of, I know a lot of you guys are like new over on TikTok and YouTube, that kind of thing. In terms of getting Amazon, you just need SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing. And then Boxom for everything else, basically. Let's see. Started selling this week. The GOAT for teaching all the info. Just list your first inventory. Awesome. Yeah, love to see that, Daniel. Yeah, that's awesome. Now, so you listed your first product. That means you'll be getting that first sale coming in here pretty soon as well. Love to see that. Let's see. Does PetSmart cancel orders for curbside? You've been in the weeds. I like it. You're taking advantage of some like pickup orders and that kind of thing. I haven't seen them cancel. Honestly, I don't see very many pickup orders canceled in general, unless they're like truly out of stock. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can source an item like today, and most websites like Walmart and PetSmart, Monkey was talking about here. A bunch of different websites. Target's another one. You can place a pickup order and just go pick it up from the store that same day. So what a lot of people will do is they'll like list a product, especially during like peak of Q4 for something that's in stock at Walmart. So they kind of have the item and then just go pick it up, bring the shipping labels with them after it sells. Just make sure you do it on the same day, invoicing wise. But that's pretty fun. I know a lot of people were doing a lot of that last year. Some pretty smart sellers. You can scroll through everything's easy. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, man. Let's see. What's the biggest logistics you've had when starting? I mean, the hardest part of selling on Amazon is finding products, right? Because the rest of it's pretty forward. It's just getting fast at shipping stuff into Amazon, checking your prices, that kind of thing. Product sourcing is the only thing that, product sourcing is like the only skill that makes money, basically. Everything else is just kind of maintaining product sourcing. So if you don't know how to source products yet, now's a good time of year to get started because there's a lot of like extra profitable stuff for the holidays. So you'll be able to go to like anything that's auto ungated, or go to like a retail store brand like Ulta brand product on Amazon, because anyone who's selling an Ulta brand product on Amazon has to be buying stuff from Ulta, which means they're buying other stuff from other big websites, right? So kind of easy to infer based on what they're selling that they're doing the same thing as you, and you can kind of find it from there. Let's see. You're trying to sell. Yeah. So the course, if you want a course, it's free up in my bio on TikTok or down below on YouTube. There's a free course you can check out. It's about 3 hours long. There's also if you look up Fields of Profit free course on YouTube, there's a 4-hour long free YouTube video there. So, again, it's easy. I don't know what to tell you, man. Let's see. What are the questions you guys got here? Yeah, I did, Sarah, for sure. Appreciate you. So you notice your featured offer percent has gone down recently. Any idea the reason? I don't pay like too much attention to that, like total, like featured offer percent, just because a lot of times a product that you have in your store, you might not want to sell yet. So I don't want to be like 100% featured offer eligible, right? Because like, especially right now, I don't want to be selling everything. I want to be, setting my price nice and high while people are selling out now. And then, when things are going up in price during Christmas, I want to be the only person left. If you're like consistently seeing sales go down, then it's almost always just making sure that you have like consistently good prices, and just buying as much inventory as possible, making sure you have like good quality inventory in stock. See, does Boxom take care of accounting P&L? Yeah, so you can see like profit and loss and that kind of stuff. But as with all things, you'll want to make sure you give that to a CPA to make sure everything's looking good. But I use, for figuring out like how much profit my business is making, that's another thing I'll use Boxom for sure. What up, Coda? Appreciate you, man. For sure. I just told you it's free, easy. Don't know what to tell you, man. CC, yeah. So Fields of Profit on YouTube. If you look up like Fields of Profit free course, just on Google, you'll see a 4-hour long YouTube video. What company is the best to go with to build a store? I mean, you're just buying, like you make a store on Amazon and you list products that sell for $10 at JCPenney after a coupon, a sale, something like that, and it sells for $20 on Amazon. So you're going to be buying from a lot of different places, basically. Let's see, how long does address or reactivation approval take your address change? I mean, probably like, I assume they're going to send you a postcard, and then when the postcard gets approved, you'll be good to go. For sure. Loan you $100. I would be out of money pretty quick if I loaned money to everyone who asked. Unfortunately, Ian. Yeah, I mean, if you're just needing to hustle, make some money right now, go sell stuff at go to like thrift stores and yard sales and stuff like that. There's a bunch of cheap products that that's how I started. Actually, I had like $1,000 to $1,500 when I started. So I started going to thrift stores, reselling stuff that was super cheap. And built up enough money to start a real business, doing arbitrage, selling, name brand stuff. For sure. You'd be happy to make $1,000 not live in your car. That's a great goal, man. Yeah. I hope you're able to get through that. I know it's pretty, for sure. I mean, yeah, like I was saying, if you're dead broke at the moment, you got to put in a little bit of extra legwork. Start selling some of that stuff that is really cheap but takes time to get to, like used books and VCR players at the thrift store, and just stuff that you can find at yard sales and that kind of thing that sells for more on eBay. Once you have like $1,000 or more, it makes a lot of sense to jump in and start reselling name brand stuff. See, to prevent fraud, do you just link your debit/credit card to PayPal? PayPal, yeah, Dennis, that's a good way to do it. It's also a good sign if a website is legit or not. Except PayPal at checkout, it's usually legit. I don't want to say always, but it's pretty easy to get your money back through PayPal if you end up shopping at a website you end up on some random websites like looking for deals and that kind of thing. But it's usually pretty easy to get your money back through PayPal if you have any issues there. Yeah, for sure. Let's see, Tommy, you're looking into print on demand. So I don't do print on demand personally. I've done like a few sales on Amazon merch. Like I think I make like $1 or $2 a month or something like that via Amazon merch, just some shirts that I was playing around with like a long time ago. But not something I've dipped my toes super far in, but I know people definitely make money on it. There's main thing is like there's too many ways to be making money online right now to not at least use one of them. It's never been easier for like a normal person to make money on their own. So just take advantage of something. I sell on Amazon. I'm happy to help you sell on Amazon, but I want you to take advantage of something. There's too much good opportunity out there. What's up, Respawn? See, stop selling, come back and watch. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah, I know, it sounds like you've been sold back in the day, but I know a lot of people who sell on Amazon like just during the last couple months of the year. So that could be something you're doing. Just because it's like super profitable this time of year, and take a break until next Q4. I know some people do that. It's not obviously not to make the most money, but it's the way to have really high margins and a little bit less work that way. Let's see. You already bought all the websites for the Bolo. I believe you on that, Coda. I think I believe you already bought out all the good items. Let's see. How does a person get started? You're broke. Yeah. So if you're like super broke right now, I wouldn't start buying and selling name brand stuff on Amazon, just because you do need to have like $1,000 to $2,000 to get going. But if you have at least $1,000, start looking at listings of retail store brands that are listed on Amazon. For example, Ulta brand products or Vitacost brand products. Reason for that is everyone who's selling those bought those from websites, and you can kind of reverse engineer where they're buying their other stuff from as well. For sure. Let's see. Have you ever sold food on Amazon? I've sold everything on Amazon at this point, man. Maybe not literally everything. I think it'd be hard to find a category I haven't sold in at this point, but anything can be profitable for sure. You'll naturally kind of find things that you get good at sourcing, and you have a little bit of personal interest in, or it's like a niche that you're familiar with. So, like good brands, where to get like good sales in that opportunity. But yeah, anything under the sun can be profitable for sure. See, how many sales you have to make to get auto ungates? It isn't like a defined number, but see people after they make their first, I would say like 5-10K in sales, they'll start seeing a lot more stuff automatically get approved. Like I said, that's not a perfect number by any means, but something you can definitely keep in mind. See, is it still possible to ungate any brand? Everybody on Twitter says it's damn near impossible at this point. Anything that lets you apply, you can get approved to sell. Now you might have to submit, 5, 10, 15 times. That's not uncommon right now, but you will get approved eventually. You just have to, be a little bit persistent with it, which is, normal. All things business, you're gonna have to have a little bit of persistence and deal with some roadblocks and that kind of thing. So where people say like you can't get ungated and all that kind of stuff, and all that is people that try once and they throw in the towel, and that type of person is just not going to be a good business owner to begin with. You can have a little bit of persistence if you want to make some money online. Let's see, where do you store all the products you sell? So I store it all at my prep center or at Amazon FBA. And there's a little bit of inventory that we'll do FBM. That's across the country at like a friend's house, basically, taking care of some FBM for me. But the majority of the stuff is I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna ship it from a website. It's gonna go to a prep center in a state with no sales tax, and then they're gonna plug all those items in on Boxom and ship those off to Amazon for me. And I'll pay like a per unit fee for that. But you're able to save on sales tax that way. So it like saves time and money, and then it's all all the inventory actually sits at Amazon, so you're not having to like, wade through junk at your house. Although I definitely did that when I was getting started. You're definitely gonna have your era of wading through a bunch of stuff in your house that you're trying to sell, but yeah, it's not a permanent condition, if that makes you feel better. Let's see. Starting a card grading company. Yeah, that's completely out of my wheelhouse, Evan, but I like that. Somebody's gotta break up PSA at this point. It makes no sense why everyone still likes PSA so much, but that's completely unrelated. I like it though. Yeah, I mean that's like a whole different world of business, man. Let's see. How do you feel about Shopify? So I don't sell anything on Shopify. There's no real reason for what I do, but for people who create their own brand, it makes a lot of sense to have your own website, for sure. Let's see. So you're hearing you need an LOA to ungate. So most brands will say you can submit an LOA or an invoice. So everyone's just going to be submitting an invoice for that brand, basically. So you just buy, like you're saying you want to get ungated in Lululemon, just buy from the Lululemon website. It's going to be the best way to do it. What up, Adrian? How you doing, man? Happy Thursday. Hope week's going good for you. Let's see. Can you get an invoice for places like TJ Maxx? Online, yes. In store, no. Just because like an invoice for ungated needs to have your address on it. And if you buy stuff at a retail store, they're not going to put like address on it. Obviously, it's just going to be a receipt. Let's see. Said you made 2 million from Amazon. I don't know if I'm at 2 million profit lifetime. I've sold about a little over $6 million a year, or 6 million total. Sorry. And margins have changed between there. I don't know what the total profit will be there. Right these days, I shoot for about a 10% net margin after I pay my team to do all the work, prep center to do all the shipping and software, that kind of thing. When I was not as automated and I was doing a lot more of the work myself, it was closer to like 20, sometimes even above 20%. But that was obviously a lot more hours. So I kind of made that trade-off, basically. Very worth it to me. You want to run a business. You don't want to be the one doing everything in your business and limiting your growth on that other other things, basically. Let's see. How do people buy and sell from TJ Maxx? So if you're buying from a retail store, you just need to already be approved to sell what you're selling, basically. If you're buying online, you can use the invoice to get ungated because it's going to put your address on it, which matches your seller account, and you can use that as an invoice. But you can't get ungated using a retail store. Like you go out to the store and you have a physical receipt. You can use the one that they email you though. Let's see. Yeah, for sure, MJ. That's all you need to use. That's an invoice. Let's see. Does FBM have disadvantages compared to FBA? Profit is one of the pros, but getting bucks is hard compared to FBA. So, I mean, to me, the biggest con of doing FBM, shipping like direct to customer, if you guys are brand new, is the time commitment. Otherwise, it makes a lot of sense because FBA takes like at least 2 weeks for products to check in. You can make it a little bit faster with Boxom Optimized or Boxom 2D, but it's still going to take at least like 10 days for stuff to check in. With FBM, you can make sales the second you list it. And I've done that before on things that sell really fast. So it's more like a speed to sale thing if you're doing FBM versus other methods, basically. For sure. See, your work put YouTube in restricted mode. Hey, you got to tell the office you're trying to tune into a live stream here. I like it. Let's see. You're able to save money and buy straight from manufacturers. You can. That's like a different business model though. So that would be private label, where you buy from manufacturers and you brand the product yourself and you buy ads and market and all that kind of stuff, which people do, but that's not how I do it. I like to just make the easiest money possible, which is buying and selling stuff that already sells on Amazon. Sweet. Jump Man, you're saying, what do you sell this time of year? Anything that people give as gifts. So it's going to be, shoes, clothes, makeup, chocolate, craft kits, like stuff like that, right? It's stuff that people give as gifts. I'll sell anything, to be honest, but that's like the majority of what my store will be during the Christmas rush. Yeah, and I know a lot of you guys are asking good questions and stuff. So if you want to see how I do everything for free on TikTok, there's a free course up here. Also Instagram, and then down below on YouTube, there's a free course down there. So, free Discord community, about 3 hours of content. I'll show you how to do everything. So there's only so much I could explain on a live stream, but yeah, you can hop in the free course there if you want to learn everything. Cody said stocking stuffer. Yeah, stocking stuffers is another good thing to sell this time of year. It's going to be like, small makeups and chocolates and that kind of thing. You're just thinking logically about if a product would be given or received as a gift this time of year, it's probably a good item to sell. Let's see. You've been sending an invoice for Marvel. Been denied 8 times. Yeah, just keep submitting. That's totally normal. What's up, Apple? Yeah, I already talked about profit, I think 2 or 3 times this stream, man, but I shoot for about 10% net margin, about 20% gross margin. Those are obviously the goals and that kind of thing. So yeah, coming in trying to hate. There you go, man. So you just buy and flip. Yeah, jump man. Yeah. Yeah, so you'll just buy stuff that already sells from a website. Usually it'll be like a Black Friday sale, or honestly, there's still like Veterans Day sales going on right now. Not as many as there were on the actual holiday, of course. But those will create like limited time opportunities where you can buy things cheap and flip them for more. Did my account get deactivated? No, I still sell, man. And you can take I just mentioned the course, if you want to learn how to do it, is free up in my bio, man. Yeah, for sure. Is it risky to use gift cards from Cardbear? No, and a lot of times it'll be the only way you can make profit on something. So let's say there's a product where there's always a coupon. If you punch in your email, you can get a 15% off, and that brings the profit to 10% margin. Usually not quite good enough to buy, but if you go and buy a discounted gift card on that from Cardbear, that might maybe save you another 10%, and now it makes something that's like okay, probably not good, into something that's really good. That's like a big key to making money, is like finding all those extra creative ways to save profit, to create profit. Really is how you need to be looking at it. What's up, Leon? Let's see. Does the product you buy from Lululemon have to be listed on Amazon to work for the ungate? No. So usually when you're getting ungated, you'll buy something that you want to sell anyway. It's you can just use that as the invoice, but technically you can buy something that's not on Amazon. As long as it's like a real supplier and it's the correct brand, you'll be good to go. Let's see. You found a product from Frontier. Item doesn't have a barcode. I mean, if whatever you're selling is going to keep the customer happy, then you're good. Just make sure the listing isn't like generic brand, something like that, or make sure it doesn't have a second listing that has the UPC and that kind of thing. If there's duplicates, make sure you're selling on the one that's like correctly branded, correct UPC, that kind of thing. Appreciate you a lot. Looking good in the profile pic there. Where's that? Out on the beach or something like that, or out on a fancy pool or something. I'm trying to figure that out there. Let's see. Would you recommend only using a prep center after you're ungated? No. I mean, I guess, are you worried about like the invoice, like having the wrong address on it? If so, you can just put your business address as the billing address for the prep center. That's how I'll do it. Makes sense. Let's see. Can you sell FBA and FBM at the same time on the same product? Yeah, and it's even, I would say, optimal to do so, because that way, if you list FBM, you're going to make sales during the like 2 to 3 weeks before things actually start checking in. And then you're capitalizing on sales there. And then when they actually check in at FBA, you can obviously keep making sales there as well. Also, you'll find some items are way more friendly to being FBA sold. Some are way more friendly to being FBM. And if you don't know how to figure that out, just look at there's a pie chart on SellerAmp that'll show you if the sales are going to FBM or FBA. And that can kind of help you figure out like which way you want to end up listing the product. For sure. Sweet. Yeah, let me know what other questions you guys got here. Let's see. Some of your listings don't match the correct UPC, but it's the same product. So Amazon has been deleting some of those listings where it's the wrong UPC. So I would be somewhat careful on that if possible. But yeah. What up, Seller Central boys? haven't talked to you guys in a while. How's everything going? Let's see. Got you, man. Let's see. Yeah, let me know what other questions, you guys. Would the invoice still work after you return the product? If you're trying to get ungated, it will work. It's just not a good habit to get in terms of like spamming the returns and stuff like that. You can, but they might make that website cancel your orders in the future if you return a lot of stuff to them. And it can make them like change policies and that kind of thing. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. A lot of compliments today. Appreciate you guys. Did it a couple days ago. Let's see. Selling FBA and FBM at the same time. You only have one item. I'm not sure what you mean. You can sell the same item both methods. It's like pretty good to do so. For sure. Scanning items at Marshalls. A lot of them didn't come up. Is it probably private label? Good question. So if you scan something and it's not coming up, it probably just means the product doesn't exist on Amazon. If you're confident it does, so like on SellerAmp, there's a little magnifying glass in the bottom right. You can like take a picture of the product basically, and it'll search for image with some AI and try to find like an AI image match. But a lot of times if I scan something, or even if I like punch in the title and nothing comes up, it probably just means no one's listed on Amazon yet. And usually those aren't really going to be worth your time getting those taken care of or anything like that. Cody said buy stock for FBM and FBA at the same time. Buy enough FBM stock for 2 weeks. FBA offers are competitive. Yeah, exactly. Buy a little bit, list that FBM, make that what sells in the next couple of weeks, and then you're fully capitalizing on that item. Anything you can do about getting negative reviews removed? You have a 4.7. Yeah, you actually can get negative feedback removed. So on Seller Central, go to feedback, and it's like feedback manager, or just maybe even just feedback. I'm not remembering exactly. There'll be a little drop down box that says request removal on that feedback, and almost always it'll get auto removed for you. If it doesn't, then you can just like open a case with Amazon and ideally explain why it's like potentially, not your fault or something like that. Let's say that the customer gets it and it was like super damaged. A lot of times you can say, when we shipped it out, it was good. Like maybe it got damaged at the warehouse or something like that. Yeah. Another good thing in terms of feedback is on Boxom. We added this like a week or two ago. You can automatically get feedback requested from your customers now. So for example, I have Boxom automatically sending emails asking for reviews from everyone who buys from me, and that's like increasing how many 5-star ratings I get basically, which especially if you're like newer, it can help you make some extra sales as well, to go from like that just launched store to having a couple 5-star feedback. Yeah, so make sure you set up like that automated feedback campaign on Boxom. It's another good thing to take advantage of. Any brands for new sellers in grocery? Yeah, good starting point for you there is just going to be anything that's like a retail store brand. So think like Vitacost brand, or even like Bob's Red Mill, or Great Value, Target's. I'm drawing a blank on Target's grocery private label, but something like that would work for you as well. See, appreciate you, Coda. Appreciate you. For sure. Having a hard time getting vitamins ungated. They have special rules. Not that I know of. It should just be what the application is asking you for. It is normal right now to take at least a few submissions basically for yeah, good to gather, good and gather, or something like that. Yeah, thanks, Jordan. You got me covered there. I was trying to remember what it was. I was thinking of Up and Up is what came to mind for Target's retail private label, but that's for like I know it's at least baby products. It could be more than that. Let's see. You got ungated in grocery. A lot of the ASINs want you to ungate the brand. Normal, yeah, for sure. That's very normal. So now you can sell grocery products, and that might get you some like small to mid-sized brands. You want to sell Starbucks or other like very premium brands, I'd say Amazon's going to want you to get ungated in that as well. Sweet. Never heard of that. Yeah. Sweet. I'm probably just going to go ahead and wrap up here for the day though. Good vibes. First time streaming on a whole bunch of different places at once. It's fun. I'll be doing this again. But yeah, if you guys need just kind of a super simple starting point, go look up Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. That's Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. Get SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing, and then get Boxom for listing, shipping, making it all nice and fast. There's a Amazon Seller AI, feedback automation, all that kind of stuff. So all the extra stuff you kind of need to speed up your business. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys very soon, and let me know if I can help out with anything. Let's get after it. So you said, wait, you got a question here in the last minute. See, in your first few months, how'd you keep going while you were looking for things to sell? I mean, yeah, just baby steps. It took me 4 months to sell $1,000 on Amazon, which is way slower than normal. I was also like not taking it seriously enough. But just as long as you're getting a little bit better every day, that's all that matters. You got to remember, like making that first $10,000 is way harder than the next 100. That was true for me. I know it's true for pretty much all successful Amazon sellers I talk to. So once you get that first like $10,000 a month, it's all about finding things that are similar to that product, buying those products, and just you've learned the skills at that point. So that's like the hard point to get to. So yeah, dive into those free resources I mentioned. Make sure you get SellerAmp, Keepa, and Boxom to power the business, and you'll be off to the races. Sweet, good vibes today. You guys have a